Okay, it's time to main event. Let me introduce to you guys. It's Star Master Darlene Kim, Loyalist Club member. Let's hear about her road to success. Okay, welcome. Please give us a big round of applause. Darlene, it's your time.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Is the mic
Great.
okay? Okay, great, great. Oh, I love that image that you put with the road. Oh, that was nice. That kind of fits what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna say today. So, uh, hello, everyone. Yes, this is amazing. This truly is a global Zoom today. My goodness. So thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here. And I'm really glad to see all of you too. Um, Before I start, let me just take a look. My goodness, most of you have your cameras on too. That's very good for a Zoom. It's nice to see you. I'm taking a look around right now. Thank you so much for your attention and your time tonight. Congratulations, because if you found the vision of Atomy, this really is a truly lifetime opportunity, And I'm so happy with Atomy, and I really hope that you guys see more of the vision and to dream really big because it's so possible. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. I saw some familiar faces here, and I think there's some new faces too. So I'd like to start by just sharing a brief introduction of myself for those who don't know who I am. And actually, I've been here before, but it was a while ago. Um, so yes, my name is Darlene. I'm a Star Master and a member of the Royal Leaders Club here in Atomy, USA. Um, I was born in the USA. I'm actually born in Honolulu, and I live now in New Jersey. And in New Jersey is where I met Atomy. So some of you may be wondering, now that I'm starting to talk, some people may be wondering, wow, how come she speaks English so well? Or they may be wondering, is she Korean? Is she Japanese? Like, what's going on? So let me introduce myself. I'm actually of mixed ethnicity. I'm mixed race. So, yes, I was born in the USA, and my ancestors some came from Korea, yes. So my last name is Kim. Some of my ancestors came from Japan. I'm part Japanese as well, and from Polynesia, Native Hawaiian. So I'm of mixed ethnicities. Um, as I was growing up, I moved around a lot. I lived in many different states, and I also lived overseas as well. My father was in the military. My father's from Hawaii. Then he joined the army. And so that's why we moved a lot. He got stationed in different places. So I'm what they call, endearingly, we use this term, an army brat, a dependent of the army. So we traveled around a lot. I didn't have like a perfect upbringing. When I was growing up, I come from a broken home. My parents split when I was young as a child, and then I went to live with my father. And back in those days, it's tough even nowadays, right, to be a single parent. So as we were traveling around, I didn't really have this stable environment. I don't know if a lot of you know about the military, but sometimes, they don't tell you where you're going to move. They just tell you where you're going to live for the next 3 years. And sometimes you're traveling every 3 or 4 years. And so growing up, I had to be the new kid on the block all the time. I had to adapt to new environments, adapt to new schools. And actually, there's plus and minuses of growing up that way. One of the pluses was there was a lot of diversity around me. And the schools that I would go to were called like all the kids were in the same situation, right? It was like military, where military kids go. It was like on base. So I saw a lot of diversity. It was difficult having to move around a lot, but I feel like a lot of our experiences that we went through growing up really helps later on in life, right? We see it as difficulties, but actually they turn into strengths later on. And even now, the difficulties you face, you don't realize it, but you will later. Like maybe why you went through it, or what's the positive that came out of it. Um, so yeah, I didn't come from a perfect background. You know, I didn't grow up with a lot of money. I we're all I remember just kind of being in survival mode for a long time. And maybe you can relate, maybe not. And what's the good thing about Atomy is that there's so many different types of leaders, right? You've seen many different vision speeches, and they're all different. I think that's a real big benefit because people are different. People's situations are different. And especially now that we're so global, you just never know, what kind of benefits you can get from different leaders talking about their history. Um, from my case, I like to share that now because maybe it can relate to someone. At first, I thought I had to be like everyone else when I came into Atomy. I wanted to blend in, I wanted to fit in, but I can't change, my background, can't change where I come from, or I guess I could change what language I speak. I'm trying to learn different languages, but actually, my first language is English, and my only language is English. I think if you speak multiple languages, my goodness, you have a big benefit here in Atomy. I think we now with AI, language may not be a big of a barrier as you would think. I overcame language barrier by finding a person who spoke different languages to be the bridge. I didn't see language as like a barrier forever. I just thought the language barrier is just something I need to overcome, right? And that's the mindset we all should have about overcoming difficulties. And now with AI coming, I heard that there's going to be these tools where we could just talk into it and it will go ahead and translate it for us. So things are just getting better and better for us. So yeah, that was my growing up. And when I became an adult, I lived in Honolulu, and then I lived in New Jersey as well. And New Jersey is where my mother was living. So I used to come visit New Jersey quite often. And now I live here permanently. And thank God that I came back to New Jersey because that's where I started Atomy. I thank God so much for all the journeys that I've been through. And I just want to let you know that coming into Atomy, I was very different from everyone else. But that didn't stop my success, right? We all have the same system. And now differences and diversity is really a benefit to a global business. And just to remind everyone, every leader that you see didn't just come into Atomy like this. Every leader started as a beginner, just like some of you. If this is your first time, or if you're a newcomer just getting started, I was the same way. I actually, when I started, for many years, I didn't want them to record me at all. Nothing. I was very hesitant about people recording me. I think the first time someone recorded me was I was doing the motto for like an English meeting, because we didn't have many English meetings back then. And I remember the person telling me, you have to get used to it. And I was like, yeah, I was staying in my comfort zone. And then I realized, yeah, I do have to challenge myself. And that's when I started to really step out of my comfort zone and not just say, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. I just started to say yes to things, even though I didn't know how to do it exactly. I would just say yes, and then I would figure out how to do it. And that's actually how I grew, is just by being open-minded and accepting challenges, and I encourage everyone to really do that. I like to tell some of my background because I know what it's like to be a newcomer. I still remember the first seminar I ever went to. I still remember the days and the instances that I went through. And so I know that maybe not around me, but maybe somehow the message will get out to people, right? I'm still kind of the black sheep of my family. I'm still very different from the people I'm around. I have always felt unique, but now I don't see difference or unique as like a really bad thing. It's a positive too. We can't all be the same. I think it's great to have different strengths and weaknesses from other people. I think there's a great big benefit of having diversity in a team. So how did I meet Atomy? I met the Atomy opportunity when I was invited to a seminar. And I know some of you are like, oh, another meeting or another one-day seminar, the Success Academy is coming again. But, look at it from a positive side, because the hardest part is getting yourself there. But once you're there, I feel like you feel happier. And by the end of it, you're so glad you came. It's just motivating yourself. Put yourself in that environment with other Atomians. Put yourself in an environment where there's uh, a positive environment, a motivated environment, people with ambition are around you. You really need to step into that kind of environment. So thank you very much for being here today. I know you didn't have to, you could have been someplace else, but congratulations for making that effort. Now, yes, it was a while ago. I got invited to a seminar, and in that seminar, back then, it was all in Korean. All the events were in Korean, but at this seminar, they had English translation. And thank God for that, and I remember going to that seminar, somehow I didn't pay attention to all the things that were not perfect. I just looked deeper into what was important and what was the real information trying to get delivered here. And I really thank God for that, because I see people coming in now, newcomers coming in, that they get discouraged by the littlest things and things that are not really the core of Atomy anyway. And I just encourage you, please have an open mind. And when you invite people to this success system, we have a huge success system now, so many resources for people, um, try to connect with people with an open mind, and share your story about how you met Atomy, because how you met Atomy might be the same way that they felt now coming into this system. I will say that, you can go much, much faster than any of the leaders here, because right now, Atomy is so advanced, much more advanced than when I met Atomy. We have so many resources that when I started, we barely had these resources. We didn't have as many products. We didn't have as many meetings in so many different states and countries. And we definitely did not have this video conferencing platform. This is amazing that we have this now. We can connect globally. I mean, I just think everything is just set up for your success right now. So please take advantage of it. And remember, you won't take as long as us. And, it's not really about time, because some of you start less than part-time. Some people have stayed consumers for 4 or 5 years before they started the business. So you really can't compare leaders. You can't really compare people, because their situations are all different. And you might think you know someone's situation, but you don't really know, right? So if you're never going to really figure out everyone's information, then might as well not try. Just see what's happening right now. So I always like to start with this because this is such a huge benefit that we have here in Atomy that other places don't have. And this is what draw my attention because it means there's no risk in Atomy. When I first met the Atomy opportunity at that seminar, of course I was skeptical. Of course I was like, I'm going to protect myself. What's going on here? But after I heard the information, I said, wow, I felt very open-minded. I felt very relaxed because I saw there's no risk for trying this opportunity. And it was free. It said no sign-up fee. So I'm like, okay. And it was like an online shopping club and that there were no fees for membership. So why not? So I was like, okay, I just register with information. That's cool. And then, there's no forced purchase requirements. Okay. They're going to let me take my time. I'm going to take a look at the products and they're not going to force me to buy every month. Sometimes you're offered an opportunity, but it comes with it comes with these requirements and maintenance fees and all this kind of stuff. And we didn't have it here. It was an absolutely free opportunity. And so global too. And when they said, oh, you could have your own global business, I said, your own global business. Wow, that's amazing. So when I saw binary system, okay, there's two groups. You create two consumer groups, left and right. And then unlimited levels. That word unlimited, I was like, wow, this is amazing. We could have referrals. We can grow a big business. It's unlimited. And then one global membership. I come from a background, I've used to work in corporate. And I know that to have a global business, it takes a lot of investment. So for this to be a free global business was genius to me. I'm like, wow, this is so amazing. This is something I'm looking for. Maybe other people are looking for it too. When I first met Atomy, I had just left a career and I was about to start another career. I was a full-time student. I couldn't get a job and go to school at the same time. So I was looking for a way to make extra income on my spare time. And this fit right in. And then unlimited point accumulation. After one-time qualification, group points can accumulate to you. This is amazing because that's unlimited. My goodness, it just seemed like the road to success was wide open. And inheritance through 3 generations. I've had multiple careers in the past. We can inherit our job. So I thought this was so amazing that we can join a membership and whatever we build here can last beyond our lifetime, that we can actually inherit it to 3 generations. I was thinking of many other people that I could help with this. I saw this is so beneficial to me. I can't wait to share this information, share the good news to other people. And then when I looked further into the company, I said, what kind of company is this? I heard their motto. At the seminar, we did the motto. I felt a little uncomfortable first doing the motto, like, what is this? I've never had that before. And then I realized, oh, they said, I remember later on, they said, well, we do the motto because it's like the heart of the company. And I'm like, wow, this is great. That's a very unusual, but very good company motto. And then I watched the founder, the person who created Atomy, Chairman Hangil Park. I watched his videos and he was encouraging honesty and goodness as the best policy. My goodness, this is such a good valued company. So I started to fall in love with the ethics and it kind of aligned with what I wanted to do. And then this is what I found in Atomy. Through the Atomy success system, I found everything I was looking for. I've had multiple careers in the past. I've worked in retail, I've worked in corporate retail, and then I've worked in public accounting, if you know what that is. I worked in public accounting for a while. And then I switched careers, went back to school, and I became a registered dietitian. So I worked in the hospital setting as well. And in every career that I have, sometimes you have you make okay money, but then you don't have time. And then in other careers, you have time, but you don't have that much money. And as I said, I went back to school. So I had a lot of student loans. And then after I graduated and I started to work, the money I was making was not enough to really pay off those loans and live well. So there was always something missing. So when I found Atomy, I did want to make a lot of money. I did want financial freedom. Why? Money isn't everything. I know that. But money is something that we need to live. We have to accept it. And I used to worry a lot about money growing up, trying to find my way on my own. I remember growing up, it was always about trying to figure things out on my own. So yes, I was worried. I didn't have a lot of guidance on like how I was supposed to live my life or what I was supposed to do. So I was constantly trying to figure things out. So I did have a lot of money worries. That's why I wanted financial freedom. But I didn't just want to make a lot of money. It depends how I make that money, right? I wanted to do it in a good, conscious way. I wanted to do meaningful work where I could earn a lot, but I could feel good about what I was doing. And I found that in Atomy. I found this heart satisfaction, this meaningful work that I could help people. And, they offered a lot. It's like, okay, if you want to earn more, then do Atomy more. Just made sense to me. It was kind of like I had control over my income. And then as you become, less worried about money, and then you realize the value that you could have in living this Atomy lifestyle and doing this Atomy work, you have time flexibility as well. And that leads to a beautiful lifestyle, right? I love doing Atomy. And they said, when you do something that you love, it's almost like you're not working. So I hope that anyone who loves and enjoys doing Atomy too, I think this is the place for you. Keep going. And the road to success is not about time. Because a lot of people ask, when did you sign up? Like how many of you have been asked that? When did you become a member? Right? A lot of leaders get this question. It's because people are trying to figure out how long it's going to take them. But it's hard to determine that just by knowing when somebody registered for membership. Everyone's situation is different. So it's not about time, but it's about activity. You can't just sign up as a member and then just let the time roll by and think that you'll reach success somehow. I think this is not the system where you just recruit to get lucky. And I haven't seen that work at all. So if you want to succeed faster, then go faster, right? Have more activities. So really, it's not about time of when you registered, but it's about your activity. And this is something that's, I think, is relevant to now, okay? It doesn't matter how many resources you have. If you don't know how to use them, it will never be enough. Now that we have, videos, right? Previously, we didn't have all these videos. But now we have so many resources. We have, the social media, we have YouTube, we have Channel Atomy, we have in-person events. We have so many videos about compensation plan that I feel like tonight I didn't want to go over the compensation plan because I'll just be repeating what's already out there. And product demonstration videos, all these things, right? You have to be careful in social media. You can't just believe everyone you see on social media. Do you know them in person, right? If you know them in person or you know somebody who knows them, that's more credibility. So you just got to be careful. Now, what I want to say here is that a lot of people collect links to videos, right? They get a video and then they pass it on to someone else. And they start collecting all these resources so that they can pass it on to someone else. But do you ever stop to learn it yourself? Before you pass on a video, did you watch it? Did you study it? Did you learn it? Did you absorb it yourself? I think that, you need to have the knowledge and then apply the knowledge. And then you can become a better teacher that way. So please learn how to use the resources that you have at your fingertips right now. Okay. It's moving. Okay. Self-improvement. Collecting the resources. It's not just for the purpose of passing it on, but it's for the purpose of you learning it. Your self-improvement, your self-development is really the key to your success. Okay? We're always working on ourselves. Whether you're a new person, you're doing the business casually, or you're a mastership climber, or you're succeeding right now. I think everyone, as we go through the journey of Atomy, as we go through life, if you have it as a goal that you want to do self-improvement, that you want to develop yourself, not just for yourself, but when you develop yourself, you can help other people better, right? So think about that. You could add more value to your team if you do self-improvement. Okay, so, today I want to touch on different topics. And yes, there's many things that we can talk about. So I just want to mention a recent video that I did that you could watch. I go over like 8 steps there and some marketing things. But tonight, I wanted to do something different that I haven't said recently. Okay. So this is something that you could look into if you wanted to. And then skills. We talked about self-improvement. I didn't come into Atomy with experience. I've never done anything in this kind of industry before. Everything that I know about Atomy, I learned in Atomy. So that's why I tell people this is equal opportunity. When you walk through the door of Atomy, you don't have to have skills. You can learn everything you need here in your Atomy journey. Isn't that amazing? This is a beautiful opportunity. And you don't just gain business here, right? You gain relationships, you gain skills, self-improvement, self-development. Everything is so beautiful in this Atomy journey. And when I registered, so I said, okay, this sounds interesting to me. I registered and I became part of the community of happy consumers. We don't need to be doing the business to be using these products. I think all of us have consumers, right? Don't you? Do you have people who just use the products? Yes. So not only business people buy Atomy products, we have a lot of consumers because we buy it for the product. We buy it for the benefit. I'm very picky about products, but I really loved the products. And that's why I felt proud to be able to share it with other people. Then I realized, how do you earn money? How do you earn income here? How do you do it as a business? And basically I saw it as I was like a contractor for a brand that I liked. And so I liked it, I used it, so I recommended it to other people. I basically said why I use it and why they should use it. And so I helped the company to create consumers just like me. And then it spread. And then I taught other people, well, this is what I do, and that's what they did. And it spread globally. This isn't exactly my line. This is a PowerPoint that the company made, but it's just to show, that this is a global business, that our partners can be in other countries. And to Atomy, it doesn't matter if they're in the other country. It's almost as if they live right next door to you. It's the same thing. And direct referrals and indirect referrals count the same in Atomy. It's so generous of the company. Here, this is what I did. You know, in the beginning, I feel like I was still trying to figure it out. Back then, the meetings were in Korean. I couldn't really understand like every single detail. I tried so hard. I attended Korean meetings. I put myself in Atomy communities just to see what was going on. I saw the vision for my future the first time I went to a seminar. I know some of you meant, you know, think like, how did you do that? I'm not sure either. I went to that seminar and I absorbed everything they were saying. It touched my heart. And I just said, I think I could have a really good lifestyle doing this Atomy business. And then I was ready to run. I didn't know where to learn, what to do. So step by step, I just kept learning little by little. I saw people passing me so fast and going faster than me. And I literally started less than part-time. I didn't start full-time. I started seeing people rise up. I didn't know how they were doing it. And I said, I don't know. I'm asking people, and all I see is the basic way. So I couldn't just sit there and wonder. I just said, I got to make the best of my situation. I made the best of it. I'm like, this is what I have. This is the product that I have. This is the information that I have. And I just started moving forward. So little by little, I started to catch momentum. Why? In the beginning, you struggle because it's new, it's hard, it feels uncomfortable. But the more I did it, the more comfortable it was, the easier it got. So I love the system of Atomy because in the beginning, of course, it feels like a struggle. But once you start to know what you're doing, it becomes easier and easier. And as you climb up, people think, oh, it gets much harder, it gets much harder. But actually, you have experience now. It's kind of like going to the gym and you start lifting weights. At the beginning, it's very tough. But once you build those muscles, right, you can do it a lot easier. So please, if you're just starting at the beginning now, it's supposed to be difficult in the beginning. Trust the process. It does get easier. And then where do you learn details? It's hard. It's hard for me to tell you everything I want to tell you tonight because we have limited time, right? Please, the details come from your small group meetings. I know you go to Success Academy or you go to one-day seminar, and some people leave there going, I know everything already, right? You do need mentors. You do need these small group meetings for details. You need to share your testimonies and hear other people's testimonies. You will go faster that way. So please plug in to the main system of Atomy. Please plug into your group. You will go faster together. Oh, I have some little animation here. Okay, this is my momentum. Yes, so if you're going slow, please know you'll catch momentum. So keep going. This is what I kind of teach in the beginning because these are like practical steps, you know? Because when people start, sometimes they don't know what to do. So they need these little steps, right? So use the products and then know why Atomy products, you got to know these things. Know why Atomy products are better than anything else in the market because they are. I want you to know the additional benefits in every product we have that other products don't have. It's so amazing. Even today, I'm still so impressed with the products and so excited about the future. Um, and then learn how to order. You know, you got to get to the details. I know some people, oh, I don't know, computer, you know, a little scared to get on there. You got to learn how to order on your own and learn how to register, you know, who goes on the left, who goes on the right. Maybe every group is a little different, but have courage. You know, everything is good. Nothing's too hard. Just looks that way before you start. But so many people, when they didn't know how to order and then they learned how to order and they said, oh, that's it. I'm like, yeah, it's not bad, right? So just be brave, have courage to get into it. It's not as hard as you might think. And then share your feelings and experiences about the Atomy company and products. People all the time tell me, well, how do I share? There's no instruction manual exactly. You know, your personality might be different from mine, and your feelings of what's important in Atomy might be different from mine. I would say just share your personal feelings about it, your personal experiences, because it's going to be more authentic if you do that. And sometimes being sincere is better than any kind of like technique that you can learn, okay? Also, how I started. Okay, that's how I started, and this is also how I started. Back then, we had the 8 steps to success, and even now, we still have the 8 steps to success. This is really so helpful to people on your Atomy journey. I have another video, and I'm sure there's many videos out there about 8 steps to success. It was originally done by our founder, Chairman Park. He has a video on 8 steps to success. Also, there's a PowerPoint on the US website, 8 steps to success, that you can access as well. Please follow the 8 steps to success. Trust the process and follow the system. This is the 8 steps to success. There's other videos on that. I have one as well talking about the details, but I just want to show you. Your first step is what? Set a goal. But I think there's a step 0. You have to believe first. Okay? You have to believe the products are good. So use the products, find out for yourself. Look into the company, right? Ask questions to leaders, to successful people. Ask them any questions. I'm sure they'll love to share with you. Because step 0 is you have to believe in order to set a goal, to make a commitment. You have to believe first. Your belief is so important because it's going to affect everything you do, and it's going to show to the people around you as well. So work on yourself. Do you believe? What is stopping you from believing? Please share that with someone, because maybe it's just your imagination of what might happen or your worries. So we would love to address that, because sometimes I feel like people imagine these negative things. They don't even exist here. Maybe they existed in another company, but not here. So this is step 1. Set a goal. Yes, you can have many different goals. You've heard of this thing called life scenario. We make different goals, right? But the goal in Atomy is to have a balanced life, right? And what is a balanced life? It's to live well, to love, to learn continuously, and to contribute. Isn't that beautiful? So your goals should actually be tied into this. So as you set your goals, have it be tied into this, because this is what balanced life means. Now, some people, when we say balanced life, they attach their own definition. That's what balanced life is. They'll say, work-life balance, right? But everybody has a different definition of work-life balance. And to me, there's really no such thing as work-life balance, because it's all life. Even our work is part of our life. So if you want to have this as a goal, please know that your goal should be attached to this, okay? This is Chairman Park, his quote. Okay, you must create a movie inside your head of the life you want to live. Okay, if you can plan vividly inside your mind, your life will really unfold. That's your belief. Now it says 3, 5, or 10 years. How long is it going to take you? That's up to you. What I would say is decide now how long it's going to take you. And then after you decide your destination, then plan your steps. It's up to you. And with all the resources and the advanced Atomy that you're in today, it's very possible. So if you want to go fast, don't say, well, I can't do it in 3 years. You don't know. If you say you can't do it, you're right. But if you say you can do it, you're right. It's all up to you. Because, right? Whatever you decide is correct, because your success is ultimately your responsibility to manage. It is. So take responsibility for your success and move forward. The products are amazing. So why not do the opportunity? The company has good heart and good principles. I hope you look more into that. And the marketing plan is so generous. Like, you probably saw the compensation plan for a while, but you're really going to feel it once you experience it, right? Get your first commission, right? Do your first mastership. You're going to see it's really very generous. So like I was talking about how different I am, right? Are you starting later in life? Are you different from others? Do you have less than others? I came into Atomy with like negative money. So I didn't come in here with with a lot of money to start off or anything like that. So I was very different. I didn't have as much as other people when I first started either. But you still can be successful. I can still accomplish this, and you can too. What I want to make an analogy here, okay? You have a vehicle, and it's called Atomy. Some call it a tool. You have the tool of Atomy. It's like a vehicle that you get into. This is Atomy. Congratulations. Okay? But like a GPS, if you want to go somewhere, what's the first thing you put into a GPS? You tell the GPS, this is where I want to go. This is my destination. So same thing in Atomy. You're in Atomy now, right? You're in the vehicle. Now you have to set your destination. Decide where you want to go. What is your goal? And you can decide how long it's going to take to get there, because you can always change your mind on the way, right? But set your destination. Be brave enough to do that. And then you have to learn how to drive. You can't just get your membership and then just hope that the car is going to get moving, right? You got to set your destination, but you also have to learn how to drive there. And one of the keys to my success, people ask me, well, how did you do it? Like there was some set schedule. There wasn't. I had to just experience it, right? And then navigate my way to success. And why do I say navigate? Don't we all have the same compensation? Like I used to say, I have the same compensation plan as you, right? We all have the same compensation plan. But navigating your way is because no two memberships have the same left and right side, right? Your left side and your right side is very unique to you. We have different uplines. We have different downlines. We have different left and right. You have a very unique left and right. Everyone does. So you need to be able to manage your success, right? And navigate your way. Maybe there's difficulties that's different from mine. We need to still keep moving forward. So like these Zooms, like Success Academy, one-day seminar, a lot of times we have events that are community, a lot of motivation events. But we need to remember, motivation is just the fuel. You still need to know how to drive your way forward. So you have to learn. So let that motivation push you to learn. Let the motivation have you overcome whatever difficulties you might be facing, right? So learn how to navigate your way forward, because you have to take action. Really, your dreams become reality because of your actions. So don't focus on your obstacles. We all have them. A lot of the leaders, we go through the same thing. It's really common. Like there's common issues that we run into, right? A lot of times it's not the company, but it could be how to navigate your way through personality issues, right? How to figure out some things. I would say ask questions, talk to mentors, but please don't focus on little obstacles in the way. Focus on the bigger picture. So focus on your road ahead. Just focus on your next step, step by step. Okay? Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your time.